Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am setting up my new vertical planter from GreenStalk. I thought I would take you guys along while I unbox it and set it up. It didn't take very long at all. Probably setup took around 30 to 40 minutes, and that's only because halfway through stacking I thought we were doing it wrong and took it apart. Then after I took it apart I realized no, it was perfectly fine. So to start off, put one of the tiers down and fill it with potting soil to the top. There is a line that shows you how high to fill it, and then stack one of the middle watering discs before you add the second tier on top. There's the second tier on top, and then continue to fill it with potting soil until you reach the fill line and add the water disc to the top of that. Once you add the water disc to the top of that, you'll want to make sure, as you can see here, that you're putting the little feet in the notches on each tier. At first it took me and my mom a second to realize that we weren't doing that, so make sure you do that on each tier. They lock in place. If you aren't doing that, you are doing it wrong, and you'll need to adjust your tiers. Here is the water filtration, I don't know what you'd call it. The little disc, each little one has a hole that lines up with each section where the water will drip through from the top. It flows down the center of each tier. Here I am showing you the potting mix I got. I bought mine at my local Walmart, but you can get it pretty much anywhere. That's about the cheapest option I could find. And you want a potting soil, not a fill dirt, because you want something a little more loose. Now here I am at Gully's. It is my favorite local nursery in Fort Collins. They have so many different beautiful plants. There was a lot of things I wanted to get, but I was on a mission just to get for my vertical garden. So here you can see they have many different varieties of pepper plants. I ended up only getting the shishitos because in my other garden, in my more in-ground garden, I already planted a bunch of peppers, so I just went for the shishitos. I also got some eggplant and a couple more herbs. I think I got lavender and some oregano. I also did pick up a few little pumpkin plants, which I know people do plant those in the vertical planter, but I did not. I ended up just planting them in some grow bags. Some other things I picked up while at Gully's for the vertical GreenStalk was I believe it was a butter crunch lettuce and some leeks, as well as some Swiss chard, which was very pretty. Even the roots were nice and pretty. I had never planted chard before, but it looked very nice. They had lots of different varieties of lettuce and kale and cabbage, but I already have my cabbage planted along with some broccoli and cauliflower in my regular garden. So those are all the different things I picked up while at Gully's. If you guys happen to be near northern Colorado or live in the northern Colorado area, I highly recommend checking out Gully's. They are a very nice locally owned nursery that's been there for years and is one of my favorites. They also have a really nice indoor houseplant section, which I could spend hours looking at everything they have in there. So now back to my place to get planting. These are all the things I ended up picking up while we were there, which it doesn't look like a bunch, but it still does take a while to get planted. So here I am planting some of the pretty Swiss chard I got. Even down to the roots on the Swiss chard is pretty. They are like a nice red and purple color. So you just want to just basically plant like you would plant in any other pot or in your garden. Make sure to get it packed in there nicely. I ended up putting one little bunch of chard per section. Depending on the size of the plant already, I would either put one or two little plants in there. Kind of just decide if you think it seems too tight, because I mean it is going to grow and get bigger, but I think it'll be fine to put two or one. Like here, this one plant was I believe that was a pepper plant or a tomato plant. I think it was a pepper plant. Like on that, I ended up just putting one. Same with the herbs, since I only got one thing of herbs per thing, I would just put them in one of the little pockets. And then once you've got your pockets filled, you'll begin to fill the top little reservoir full of water, and it will then drain down the center and cut out each of those little holes I pointed out earlier. Right here you can see where it's starting to drip. Once it drips all the way to the bottom and continues to rush out, you have probably filled it full of enough water. I ended up watering mine probably twice a day. You could even water it a little bit more or a little less depending on where you live. Well, anyways, thanks for watching. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Bye.